Achieving Managing Across the Life Cycle or MALC certification can be a daunting process, but with sufficient preparation for your course, you can ensure a stressless class and facilitate a good exam result. The MALC course consists of a full week class with a 2-hour multiple choice exam at the end. The class follows a traditional presentation style approach and is instructor led. The MALC exam consists of 10 complex multiple choice questions following a similar style to the ITIL intermediate exams. Both the class and the exam are based on an in-depth knowledge of ITIL processes and the implementation of these processes given various situations. At the beginning of your class, you will be given a case study. This case study is 6 pages in length and will be used for a minimum of 8 of the exam questions. There will be exercise activities throughout your class to help familiarise you with the case study. The biggest challenge to exam success is timing. As I've said, the case study is 6 pages in length and is used for at least 8 of the exam questions. Now let's do the maths. You've got 10 questions in 120 minutes. That's 12 minutes per question. The answers to each question are generally not to be found in one single page in the case study, but are interspersed throughout the 6 pages of the case study. In other words, you'll have 12 minutes to read and digest the question and 6 pages of case study. These 12 minutes also have to include your thinking time and time taken to complete the answer on the answer sheet. As I've said, timing can be a bit of a challenge in the MALC exam. I also mentioned that the case study is used for a minimum of 8 questions in the test, and you won't know how many questions require this case study until the actual test itself, so it could be possible that a maximum of 2 questions will also have an individual scenario. So how do you succeed at MALC given these challenges? Well, I've already said that a key to this success is preparation, and so to facilitate this approximately 4 weeks before any MALC class, I recommend the following. First, you need to download the case study from the Axelos website here at the bottom of the screen. Then I want you to perform a company profile, including the following: the number of branches, services and customers of the company, the sector that they're in, the countries, cultures and languages within the organisation, the business objectives, the business challenges and risks, and a SWOT for the organisation too. Using that profile you've just completed, create a service catalogue articulating each service you've identified in terms of business value and outcomes facilitated. Value is different to outcome, so you'll need to identify both and also any service level targets mentioned. Now you should have an overview of the organisation and also the services that the service provider provides to the organisation. Bearing in mind that we're prepping for an ITIL class, so with this information to hand, you'll need to assess the organisation's maturity in all of the ITIL processes. This means firstly compiling a list of all of the ITIL processes in each life cycle phase, along with the objectives for each process. Then build on this list by completing an assessment on how well developed each process is in terms of efficiency and effectiveness. Your assessment should include a list of inputs and outputs for each process and evidence of process management and CSI activities too. This will take some time to compile, but will form the basis for the next activity, which is to complete a list of CSFs and KPIs for each service and each process. The answers to this activity cannot be found in one single place. There isn't a simple list, and it will need to be compiled from the information in the case study. Don't underestimate the length of time it's going to take to complete these exercises. Whilst it may seem like a lot of work, the aim is to have you feeling completely prepared for the course materials. As I've already mentioned, timing is very tight in the MALC exam, and the more familiar you are with the case study, the less pressure you will feel during both the class and the exam. If you start your preparation early, and then you'll have all of the information to hand to complete all of the class exercises, and the pressure of timing in the exam will be greatly eased. The MALC exam itself is like all exams, where I'll tell you to read each question fully and don't skim read through it. Don't read between the lines because there's nothing written there, and don't make assumptions. Above all, relax And remember that the purpose of ITIL is to improve alignment with the business, so always look for answers that deliver on business value. Thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. If you're looking for further information on this or any other service management topic, then please contact me via LinkedIn or at jo.peacock@outlook.com, and I'll be happy to help.